My name is Micaela Edelson, and this is As the Autumn Pasture Burns. On December 30th, 2021, the Marshall Fire tore through the Colorado Front Range, flattening over 1,000 homes, 6,000 acres, and my backyard pasture, in which I spent many autumn days. The fire stopped just 100 yards from my back door, sparing my home. In addition to grieving for the altered climate and for those who lost so much more, I grieve for my altered relationship with the pasture that brought both comfort and inspiration just months before the trauma. This is my elegy to the autumn pasture. It is the 4th day of autumn and aspens are flaming. The golden glow of autumnal decay, light before falling into winter's dark. Golden aspen crowns reigns behind dying ponderosa pines, boasting their black and bare branches, twisting towards tomorrow when they'll fall to the earth, impregnating her with the fertile givings of dead carbon. But I don't see the pines. I don't see the browning needles and thirsting roots wondering where wetness wandered. I only see the call of aspen's fire. The house still stands. The pasture is black. The neighbors' homes are gone. The animals are scared. The townspeople are sympathetic. The emergency responders traumatized. The snow blankets the evidence. Only the down pergola reminds of a disruption. I sit in the same spot I sat 5 days ago, but so much has changed, but also nothing has. The Christmas lights still sparkle. The floorboards still creak. Flames braid over the browning log, in and out of another, as fire's fluidity entices me to swim. A dragon appears, his beard and blow intermingled in one fiery expression. An eye extinguishes and relights in seconds. The second the same. A dragon evolving into and out of itself, into and out of its breath. Another glance and dancers twirl in chaotic symphony, alighting ragged splinters, scars from the axe's cut. The dancers disappear, succumbing to flames like sperm permeating the log, urging to go deeper and deeper into the giver of energy, of life. September nights around the campfire enchant me. Flames call. Hours of Twitter scrolling, refreshing scrolling. Thursday tweets are cries of concerns as residents who smell smoke and fear are unsure of their evacuation status. Friday focuses on the wreckage, media posting of flattened subdivisions. The fire is still blazing, but the snow is expected to arrive. 2 are missing. Saturday sprouts GoFundMe accounts for the fire's victims, mostly middle and upper middle class homeowners. I wonder how renters are faring, if their social circle can offer similar outpourings of generosity. 4 are missing. Sunday I stopped scrolling, able to return to my farmhouse and unpack what I thought would be my surviving belongings. 1,000 homes flattened. 100 yards more and mine would be the same. I sit in a state of normalcy, but also disbelief, but also gratitude, but also grief. It's the 35th day of autumn, trudging through October pasture to find my way home. Dying straw greets my calves, reaching for life's dynamism before winter brings stagnation. Over green cattle gates, swerving past piles of poop, through the trail that only exists by trees' absence. Blackened blades of grass crunch against my boot, light snow falling clings, several smoking patches highlight still hot dirt, paths no longer exist. Rose hips sing bloody against the black. The lone robin strays nearby, red and black, a survivor. I find the bench under twin aspens, gold jewels intermingling with the brown and dying, past, present, future, emblemized on a branch. They hang over the bench. A memorial installed 20 years ago in honor of the late Jiff Pfeffenberger, who lost his life at only 42. 1 found, 1 dead from smoke inhalation, 2 still missing. The bench has seen the season shift. Jiff likely had too. The bench has embraced fallen leaves on their journey towards decay, has shielded the micro-ecosystem underneath from passionate snow, has shaded the soil from sun's fury. But I place my blanket a yard or 2 away from Jiff. Uninspired by anthropogenic monuments, I opt for the ragged welcoming of sharp grass and crunching leaves, poking through thin fabric that is still a separation from the earth. I acknowledge my trepidation, or perhaps a knowing that I am not as pure nor worthy as golden leaves bringing oxygen and leaving topsoil to embrace the earth unhindered. My decay in this world will also be beneficial, not for what I give as my body and mind deteriorate, but for what I will stop taking. I felt a fiery fear before. 2 summers ago in Oregon, the wildfires never reached my backyard, but it still painted the sky orange and permeated the air with flavors of burning conifers. I grieved then for the burning of 500,000 across my forested state. I grieved for the 500,000 temporarily or permanently displaced. I grieved for the altered climate my professors said would come in 2050. But the fire was extinguished. No acquaintances harmed, no daily reminders, no burn line visible outside my bedroom window. Fields of wheat twinkle under full moon's dusk. Autumn deer drunk on courage only flinch as I pass by. 2 weeks after the fire, snowmelt paints checkerboard mosaics. Fresh moisture against the dry and dead, ice against fire. I pass down branches and smear my hands with soot as I place one upright, fixed in the frozen ground. A memorial to the fallen, or perhaps a plea for normalcy. The sun casts shadows of blue, intermingling with spots of bright, patches of black, strands of green, kaleidoscope dizzying until my vision blurs, bloody against the bright white of winter. The burn still smells. Broken reeds poke through winter's blanket. I miss the cattails. October sun streaming through veined leaves, skies are bluer behind gold aspen leaves. I stomp on cattails to help in their decay, fondling them, aiding in their release, ignoring the wind. I only get lost now in the pasture. The trails are charred and blanketed. I know the benches, the downed tree, and the pasture of severed reeds, but the rest overwhelms. Wide expanse towards anything and nothing. Before I had a path to guide me, I trusted that it led to where I was going, but disruption doesn't care for paths. Now I wander, wondering what path the fires will take next, what manifestation. I wonder where I should go. I walk the path the fire took, everywhere. But still, before the fire fell, I walked, leading the way for grass to burn, for prairie dogs to be displaced, for fear to settle. I walked the not path home. Cigarettes? My roommate asks, smelling my entrance from the ash. Not today. Fields of cattail guide me, heads high while dying, they shelter as I plow through. Brown phalluses turn to autumn snow at eager hands malrestraint, needing to soften death's sharpness, needing to bring whimsy to the sullen world. Cattail snow, follow me to the end of the earth, cling to my peely sweater, tangle with my kinky hair, hold me like wishes to the stars, trust that you'll germinate under my guidance. Blueness harvested from the sky to store in my heart from when the sky stayed orange, when the gray plumes blossomed against the wind, blue skies and white ground, in ordinary Coloradan January. It is the 52nd day of autumn. Late October haze knows no master, defies the purity of autumnal fallings, leaves rain's expectations. Late October haze reminds me of the summer when wildfires ravaged against the forests that we burned first. The cold stings, but late warmth itches. Discomfort for the known reality, for the unknown future. Snow on distant mountains bring reassurance. With each passing day, the grief is punctuated with forgetfulness. What fire? The displaced likely don't forget. Their grief likely does not falter. Nothing happened to me or my home, just the grass I used to walk. Yet I feel as I've experienced an ecological trauma, a transformation of my pasture and my heart. The spaces in between grieving stretch as if nothing has occurred. Has it? No growth, no bouts of grief, no shouts of gratitude for 4 walls and a roof, just snow falling into stagnation. A stillness to remind that the universe cares not, that time never stops. The trees are never naked. What remains are dead and clinging, like a brown mess of thorns entangling in the branches. The geese clatter overhead as they make their way south. Brown and black fuzzy caterpillars emerge to try up over crisp leaves and reading blankets. The geese settled after the fire. Hundreds of them now gather talking. Webbed tracks in the snow mingle with cylindrical shit to tell me where they've been. Is this south? Were they displaced by the fires too? I make my way along the path and geese retreat. Squawking in a flurry, they flock onwards. But my path isn't set, and as I progress, I encroach again and again on the flighty avians. Like the fires forcing humans to flee, like the humans that cause the fires, I'm forcing them away. Will the displacements keep coming east from the Rockies, north from California? Will we settle to find the fire knocking next door? Will we keep flying away from the blaze that follows? They flee as I approach once more. What might to take flight at life's plight? How nice to not have material attachments. Autumn feels over. The solstice hasn't passed, but the leaves have all departed. It's the 70th day of autumn. The southern sun shines on me through a slanted gaze, but only for a moment before moving west to illuminate the dormant oaks and yellowed grass surrounding. Still briefly, I hold its embrace. The robins flock from tree to tree, creating a mass twinkling of beating wings. They clatter as I pass. Can they sense their world has changed? It's the 89th day of autumn. I reach for the remaining cattails. Breaking from their firm grasp on the stalk, they expand, the sun breathing halos through, a field of angels giving themselves to the wind. Pollen tufts cling to synthetic wool. I cling back. The snow is near melted. I've convinced myself that with each melt, the blackness of the burn lightens, the smell of cigarettes less penetrating, and maybe it's true, but there are still patches as deep as darkest night. There are still olfactory sensations urging me to reach for a habit I've surrendered 2 years ago, a habit to settle the grief caused by a cousin of its ignition, a reminder of the plumes of destruction with each exhale. I don't reach for a cigarette. I reach for a pen. The wind howls between bare branches. Angst-filled and angry, she races through phantom leaves, unstopping in her force. She's shouting for our attention. Will we pay her any mind? The snow is gone, the brush is gone, the pasture I once knew is gone. Yet I stay on the surviving yellow path, faint in its presence. I stay on the path lest I disturb what has already been, lest I blaze another path for the next fire to follow. It is the 10th day of winter. The wind shouted in the morning. The fire came by noon. Thank you.